going to ask a little bit about the formation of this unity government. So on November 20, one day after the election, the Sarawak Premier announced that GPS will form a government with Perikatan, PN and GIS. And then a few days later, the situation changed a bit. So we understand that you were part of the negotiation team representing GPS here in Kuala Lumpur. Can you perhaps share with
Okay, let me put the facts right. Number one, when it was formed, yes, GPS, we had a meeting headed by our Premier, and we gave our support to Tan Sri Muhyiddin to be the Prime Minister. That was the facts then. But eventually, things crop up in the Semenanjung between Barisan Nasional, and they say that they are not with Tan Sri Muhyiddin. There may be some members who have given the support, but as far as the MKT is concerned, there was a meeting and so on, they are not giving the support. So whatever SD given at that particular time is not valid. So I'm not part of the negotiation. There were no negotiation then. So what transpired was, Yang di-Pertuan Agong, when there's no clarity because of what transpired in the social media or in the media space, though they have, Tan Sri Muhyiddin at that time said that he has 115 to support him via the SD. So that was delivered to Istana. But at the same time, there also a statement from Barisan Nasional to say that no, they are not giving any support to Tan Sri Muhyiddin. So by virtue of that, that's why Yang di-Pertuan Agong called representative. Number one, they called Tan Sri Muhyiddin himself. Then they called Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. They called Barisan Nasional. Then they called GPS. So I was head of delegation for GPS. There are four of us: Datuk Sri Alex, Richard, and also Aaron. Because there are four component parties. At that time, Tiong was not able to make it. So four of us. So what transpired was, we were explained that there's no clarity as far as who is going to be Prime Minister in terms of support from the members of Parliament. So Agong told us his aspiration is, the best is if we can form a unity government. Who is going to head? No mention about who is going to lead. Either it's Tan Sri Muhyiddin or Anwar Ibrahim and so on. But what he said that he wished that we can form a unity government. So he was asking our views. So our stand then was, yes, as far as our support is concerned, SD, we have given it to Tan Sri Muhyiddin. That was the confirmation given to Yang di-Pertuan Agong. But whatever decision of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, GPS will respect his decision, and we will be there to support the formation of a unity government for the sake of stability of the country, and we cannot prolong a country without any leadership. So we will abide by whatever decision of Yang di-Pertuan Agong. That was what we passed it on to Yang di-Pertuan Agong, and he was so relieved. Say by virtue of our stand, so at least that gave him room to decide what will be best for the country. So the rest are history.
But there's always still talk that perhaps one day after the election, GPS might be misled or misinformed regarding Perikatan Nasional's numbers. Was that the case?
No. So I believe then there was a call between Tan Sri Muhyiddin and our Premier. So there was a decision that we give support to him.
Okay. How did you feel when GPS was dragged into the conspiracy of so-called pulling support and withdrawing support from the government? Because the
withdrawing support?
Yeah,
which
the claim was that
the current government?
Huh?
The current government?
GPS name was dragged when Tan Sri Hadi was making all the claims that it wasn't too long ago that he was making the claims, kononnya got discussion with GPS to withdraw support and all that. How did you feel when that came out?
No, I think there's already a statement made by our Premier. There's nobody from Perikatan Nasional that approached him. As far as GPS is concerned, our focus is to have a strong and stable government. We should focus on agenda of the nation, that is recovery plan as far as economic is concerned. Number two is to focus how we can improve the livelihood of the people. So we are consistent on that.
So I have a question about DAP. Was it a condition of GPS in order to be part of the unity government for DAP leadership to apologize?
Not really. I think it's good gesture by Anthony Loke, who came and apologized to our Premier. But as I told you, the prime objective of GPS is to form a stable and strong government. Because with the challenges, past challenges, number one, because of the pandemic, number two, political instability, it affects our economic performance. And we can't afford to be playing politics anymore. That's why, as far as our stand is concerned, be it from the opponent side, from the government side, we have to now focus on the nation, no longer politics. So that's our stand.
Did it come as a surprise for GPS when it was Anthony Loke and Lim Guan Eng doing it and not Chong Chen Jen? It was a surprise for my father-in-law.
That you have to ask my Premier. Because I was not involved in that. I don't know.
Okay. So, but looking ahead, you know, like 2026 state elections, are we looking at a possible GPS tie-up, election pact with another coalition, given that...
No, our stand is clear. GPS is GPS. We don't have any pact. Even with Perikatan Nasional, if you recall, we don't have any pact with Perikatan Nasional. We were invited to join Perikatan Nasional, but we never. Because we want to stand as GPS. And we work with anyone who have the same aspiration. That is, number one, to form a strong and stable government. Number two, to focus on nation building, be it on economic, more so on the social well-being of the people.
So here in Semenanjung, we see Melaka, for example, they move towards more of a unity government setup. So are you discounting this for Sarawak, where GPS will be part of the government in Putrajaya, but Sarawak lain cerita?
No, Sarawak is a stable state. Why you have to rock the boat?
During the November elections last year, Bersatu became, to my knowledge, the third Semenanjung party to win a seat in Sarawak. Given that Perikatan is expanding quite rapidly in Semenanjung, does GPS view Perikatan as a possible threat in Sarawak?
As far as GPS is concerned, we'll work for the people of Sarawak. Whoever come to Sarawak, will treat them as a position. We'll contest against them. So election, GPS will stand in all the seats in Sarawak. Be it Perikatan, be it PKR, be it whoever they are.
Do you see this as something that could possibly sour your working relationship with DAP during the 2026 state elections?
2026? No, as far as Sarawak is concerned, for Semenanjung, what our stand is clear. We want to form a government because this is what is being inspired by di-Pertuan Agong to have a unity government. Why you need to have a unity government? Because the parties in Semenanjung cannot be united. They are quarreling among each other and so on. So no single party can form a government. So we have to decide then. And the decision is based on whatever decision by the di-Pertuan Agong will support. So now we support the current government because this is a coalition government. It is not a unity government so-called, but but rather it is a coalition government comprising of all the parties who has agreed to form a unity government. So now we're working quite well. Although we have been fighting or quarreling all these years in terms of politics and so on, but now we're working quite well. We understand each other better now. But of course, when it comes to Sarawak, it has always our policy that we want Sarawak is best managed by Sarawakian, by Sarawak-based party. So that's our stand. And whoever want to contest, then they have to go against us. So I believe Datuk Sri Anwar, Anthony Lok, Mat Sabu will appreciate what we have done in terms of giving support to Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim to be the Prime Minister, of which they'll be part of the government. So if they appreciate that, then I believe they will also respect GPS when come to state election.